Welcome again to Let's Talk Science with Pastor Dan. I was in the Word this past weekend, and I was in First Chronicles 13. And in that scripture, it talks about how David wants to bring the Ark of the Covenant in. It had been in the house of a certain priest, and so they put it on a cart and they bring it in. The cart got unsteady, so they went to the one son goes to steady it, puts his hand on it, is killed instantly. And the one thing that God spoke to me is familiarity. It's not that the son was trying to treat the ark with disrespect. He had grown up with it. He had had it in his house as probably as long as he could remember. And so for him, it wasn't something that was to be considered with grace and awe. And we can come to that situation. We are to identify God as our loving Father, our God, our Daddy God, but we also understand that there needs to be a reverence, awe of Him and who He is. We can become too familiar with God. And when we do that, we don't take Him as a holiness and the righteousness that He is, because He's God and you're not. So, the proper position here, they're supposed to put poles in it. Only the Levitical priesthood are supposed to move it, things along those lines. And so when we get the point of not considering the sacred, I come from a Pentecostal background. There's a lot of moving into the throne room of grace and understanding God as a loving Father. But we do need to also understand that God is holy. He is righteous. We need to be in awe of who He is. My mother-in-law, father-in-law once heard the voice of God, and they said that when they heard it, they were on their faces, because when you come to understand the holiness, the blessing, the faithfulness of God, it's without measure. So we need to treat God that way, not as some big Santa Claus we can get what we need out of Him, but as the Father, the holiness, the God of all creation. All right, hopefully that's not too bad. Take care. God bless. Bye.